As we move into a season of summer, we want to encourage you to take your prayers outside and on the road. We want to introduce you to two really simple ways that you can have a go at prayer walking. And the two ways are intercession and reflection. Firstly, with intercession, Jesus incarnated himself. He moved into the neighborhood. He found himself in a location, in a place. And each of us, we're situated exactly the same, surrounded by neighbors, by organizations, by businesses, by fields. We find ourselves located in a place that we call home, and a place that we long to see God's kingdom come. And a really simple way that we can move in the direction of the kingdom is, well, to pray incarnationally, to pray in our local space. And so we can get out and we can prayer walk. And to prayer walk in our locations, it's really, really simple. All we need to do is simply just start our walks in our neighborhoods with a really simple prayer that opens us up to seeing that this is something different than just going for a dander. A prayer like the Lord's Prayer, or the prayer that we've always been praying, "Come, Holy Spirit." And as you set off, just notice where you're walking around your neighborhood. Notice homes, schools, businesses, shops, fields, farms. And as you notice these things, use them as prompts. Pray for these places, pray for the people that inhabit them. Pray that God's kingdom would come. Notice what Jesus is saying as you walk. Notice what he is doing as you walk. And this is a really simple thing for you to do with your family, to get them out and to take some time just to pray in your location, to pray in your neighborhood, and to pray for God's kingdom to come. And as you do pray, you will bump into people on the street, you'll bump into people. And as you do that, have conversations with them, obviously, but also, can I really encourage you to take a risk and do what we do at the Vineyard so well, offer to pray for people right there and right then, and just see how God shows up. This is a really simple way that we are able to get out and able to pray that God's kingdom would come in our neighborhoods. So that's intercession. But the other way of prayer walking that we want to introduce you to is reflection. For centuries, the church has been engaging in a really simple spiritual practice known as the prayer of examine. It's a prayer of self-reflection, a prayer where we're able to examine what Jesus is doing in and through our lives. And there's 4 really simple movements to the prayer of examine. And I find whenever I'm engaging in the prayer of examine that actually going out for a walk and doing it in a quiet space in solitude is actually a really helpful way to do it. It just eases my brain, it helps clear my head, and allows me to really focus on spending time with Jesus, walking and talking with him. Now, the prayer of examine, it needs to be done in the context of intimate relationship with Jesus. This isn't self-help, this isn't self-condemnation. This is a way of praying that allows us to experience grace and also experience growth. And there's 4 really simple movements to it. The first thing is replay. Firstly, just like replay what has happened over the course of your day in your brain, like a movie. Just replay all of the events and just notice where you see God show up in your day. Notice whenever he has been with you. Notice what you have done. Notice the emotions that you have felt over the course of a day. And then go on to the second movement, the movement of rejoicing. Take a moment just to give thanks. Give thanks for whenever you've seen God show up in your day, in the big things and in the small things. Celebrate, worship, and celebrate with gratitude. And then the third thing is repent. Recognize the moments whenever you have made wrong choices, whenever you've wronged God or wronged others, whenever you've engaged in sins of either commission or omission by what you've done or haven't done. And simply just confess before Jesus. And in that space, experience forgiveness, experience grace, and choose from that place on to live in the direction of God's kingdom. And finally, resolve yourself to live the Jesus way, to do the same things that he did. The prayer of examine is so simple. If you're getting started with it, take about 10 minutes as you do it. Go out for a walk in the evening on these summer evenings, just to be able to replay, to be able to rejoice, repent, and also resolve to live in the direction of the kingdom. These are 2 really simple ways, through intercession and reflection, that we're able to engage in the way of Jesus, to be local, to be incarnated, to be in our neighborhoods, praying for God's kingdom to come, but also to live really open so that we can be the kind of people that are able to demonstrate the kingdom in the context of our everyday ordinary lives. So this summer, get out, prayer walk, intercede, reflect, get out with your family, go out for a quiet walk by yourself to reflect. Hopefully we're going to have the weather to be able to do it this summer, so enjoy getting out and prayer walking. Grace and peace to you all.